For 13 years now, there has been a day in my life when my heart beats faster. I know this rhythm. Every movement is perfected to the smallest detail. Equipment, minimal clothing, technique. It's the time when I set out to meet adventures. Amazing, exciting, shocking. The places where the most important and interesting things happen. Where history is made. But in year 2022, everything has changed. I stay to tell the story of my home country, which is struggling and still living. A country that is now at the center of the world's attention. The world inside out, Ukraine. The world inside out with Dmytro Komarov, Ukraine. The Ukrainian Trident, we see it every day. It's the main symbol of our country. It's a real pride and a real beauty. But what does it mean and where does it come from? It's a sign here of the state of Rus. You can read dozens of different versions online, but what is the real secret meaning of our trident? We and our historians are going to explore the secrets of the Ukrainian coat of arms today. A golden plough, for example, or a male with a female worker could be our coat of arms instead of a trident. And we'll dust off the ancient artifacts. It's amazing holding that in your hands. Also, we're going to show the exclusive shots of the historical event, the installation of the Trident of the monument to Motherland. You look down and say, "Whoa! I've never done such sort of thing in my life." Climb here! Our team followed every stage of this grand event, from the design to the last welded seam at the height. There remains only one little window. It's a very strong feeling. The aperture closes, we stay in the cabin. And how do we get out? The world inside out with Dmytro Komarov, Ukraine. The large-scale project to create the biggest trident on the planet started here at one of the factories in Kyiv region. It's hard to believe, but the team had only a few weeks to design it. They make the steel tridents working without a day of rest and almost without break times. Their work has to be done very quickly to make it to the Independence Day. Okay, my friends, we can look very closely at our beloved trident from this position. It's really very massive and huge. It's 7 meters and 60 centimeters long and 4.5 meters wide. It's almost like two button buses. Here's one of them and this is the other one. If we put it here, it would be like two parking lots of two buttons. It weighs 500 kilograms. This is in order you can imagine the scale, but there's many versions about its meaning. Someone sees it as a falcon flying down, others say it's a bow and arrows. I really like the version that this is the word Volia, freedom. Here, let's watch carefully. We'll show it graphically on the screen. We're looking from left to right and see there's letters V, O, L and I. Volia. It's a very interesting version as well, but what is the real symbolic and historical significance of the Ukrainian coat of arms? That's what we're trying to find out in our show. How could one establish such a giant thing up there without breaking the whole construction? The truss was designed for lifting. It's a metal structure. The top is quite wobbly, and the truss will provide some stiffness for the transportation and lifting. What difficulties have you encountered while designing the Trident? Some surfaces were even hard to imagine. It was kind of birthday present for me when I figured out how to make some ornament elements. It happened on the night of my birthday. In the morning, I rode fast to make new samples and measure them so that everything would be fit and beautiful. What is your motivation? I'm very proud to be a part of this project. By the way, you know that many of my colleagues and friends are at the war now. The fact we're making this Trident is a great motivation for them. We've heard such words of support. We're very grateful to our soldiers for being able to do this project in such challenging times. How after hour we watched the process of production trying to fix the last stages of it. Finally, the team entrusted us with the most profound things, allowing us to join this without any exaggeration historical work. Look, I'll be telling my grandchildren about it. You mean how you welded the work of art? Alexander, the welder, is gonna tell you about the cutting modes and show how to hold the burner. The burner? Yes, the burner. Please tell me the basic rules of welding such an object. We hit it and start to push the filler material through slowly. So brightly. Check it out. And here comes the seam, so the task is to weld it completely. Yes, it must be welded completely. Well, my friends, what can I say? It's a historical moment for me. Honestly, I'm really excited. It's a very important workpiece. To touch it is really a great responsibility and honor for me. You hit it first, then put the wire in. Let me see. What a beauty! By the way, it's not that easy. It's a demanding challenge. The responsibility is very high indeed. A well-done welded seam is not just aesthetic. First of all, this is the reliability and durability of the whole structure, so I'm only making a symbolic attempt. And then it's better to entrust the matter to professionals. It's hot. Very hot. Well, thank you. I wish you success. I will be proud that I had a hand in doing this. I will know exactly my hand touched it. Yeah. And I'll be showing it to my children and grandchildren. Look, up there, I did it. By the way, this Trident is a record holder. It's officially the largest in the world Ukrainian Trident made of metal. What kind of steel is it? It's a European steel. Its brand matches the one that Monuments to Motherland is made from. It's very interesting. Why do you use the European steel instead of Ukrainian one? The thickness was laid according to the design. Zaporizhzhia has given us steel of the same brand with the same technical characteristics, but with another thickness. In fact, therefore, we decided to use the European steel with a thickness of 1.5 millimeters as laid down in the design. And it's really important. It's very important. These extra millimeters will add from 50 to 80 kilograms to the weight of a whole structure, which must be 500 kilograms maximum. That's why they replaced the Ukrainian steel with the European one. It's thinner and weighs less. The force majeure with the thickness of the steel turned out to be the only one of dozens of challenges that had to be handled by the project team in ultra-tight production deadlines. At the beginning of the design, the question arose that software should we use. The program issued an error on all monitors. I might need a week looking for a program to calculate a surface for some elements. We work around the clock, including weekends. The work has been going on for about a month. A month? Yeah. Dealing with such kind of a project, one could think it should take at least 6 months just to contemplate the way of doing everything right, and you do everything in a month to make it to the Independence Day, that's right. And it has to be done at all costs. And it's a little overwhelming, because for me a coat of arms is not just an emblem, it's the thing people give their lives for. We'd like to give you this. Thanks a lot. It's made of the same steel as our Trident, the Trident that will be on the monument to the Motherland. It's unique. The replacement of the Soviet coat of arms, of the shield of the Motherland with the Trident, got many people thinking of once in their lives about the meaning of the Ukrainian coat of arms. How did it enter the picture and why did it become the main national symbol? To sort this out, I decided to do my own research. I met some leading professional historians who studied the coat of arms to reveal all hidden meanings and the dramatic history of the main Ukrainian symbol. What is a Trident? Where does it come from? Here are two bricks. Whoa, can I take the other one? Yes, you can. It's from around the year 1270. It's impressive to hold such a thing. Everybody knows that the Trident is our state's coat of arms, but few people know that the Trident was the personal sign of Volodymyr the Saint. This sign marked all his possessions. It meant the state itself. That is, Trident is a sign of Rus, and then this sign was inherited by other princes. These bricks were found by a man in a garbage can in Rivne. And how did such museum exhibits end up in the Rivne garbage can? When they were pulling down a house to build a sewer line, they just threw these bricks away. Here, the Trident. It looks different. The sign has evolved. The idea was to each prince to show his own sign. Each prince had his own Trident, his own emblem. At present, we know more than 300 of them. It's the signature of the state. If the state could sign, it would sign with a Trident. That's a cool word to say, the coat of arms in the autograph of the state. Absolutely, it's great. Let's go back to the most famous statue of Ukraine, where they were already dismantled the Soviet coat of arms and are preparing to install the Ukrainian one. To deliver the Trident to the monument is not an easy task. It was transported by a special low-bed truck for very large loads. They did it at night to avoid traffic jams and possible damage. Several police cars escorted the coat of arms. Such measures are necessary to protect the valuable symbol. Everyone understands the price of the mistake. The less damage means to be late for the Independence Day, and there is no chance for a second attempt. Today is the 5th of August, 2023. The historic day has come. Today, the Ukrainian coat of arms will be installed on the statue of Motherland instead of the Soviet one. You and I, being in the epicenter of the events, have the exceptional opportunity to observe this historical process from the inside. Now, a very important for us and demanding shooting starts. Our camera will be the only one shooting there at the height. These are people who make history. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, what's your name, please? Andrei. Nice to meet you. Alexander, nice to meet you. The representative of the general constructor, Alexander Isayev, is in control of the process. According to him, it's a complex mission not only because of tight deadlines, but due to the altitude and uniqueness of the task. So you're managing the process, right? Yes, I am. Good morning, I'm Dmitro. Nice to meet you. I'm Alexei Perhamenchik, a monumental sculptor and the author of the Trident of the Shield. It's great to see both of you at the same location. Can I go out and take a look? Sure. We saw the Trident in the process of making it, and now, after the night transportation, our dear Ukrainian coat of arms looks like this. Good morning. Here are our heroes who make history. Nice to meet you. Thank you. We saw it at the factory, but now we can't recognize it. You painted it, right? No, it's a special final operation. It assumes that later the surface won't stand out among the surrounding elements. This technique is called crushed glass. You take glass balls and make them come through the metal under the high pressure. We do this when the product is ready and polished. What for? So that it would look similar to the metal up there. That is, the unique technology of crushed glass was used to ensure that the 40-year-old metal and brand new steel of the Trident wouldn't differ. I will show you something interesting. Do you see this little seam? You can see it. The seam here is not very smooth. I did this part of it. This is my seam. You can work as a welder now. Oh yeah. Yeah. How did you come up with this particular design? How did you think it up, and what did you rely on? First of all, I relied on the state Trident described in the Constitution of Ukraine in 1992. It haven't changed anything in terms of lines, radi, and proportions. We scaled it with pinpoint precision. The only thing we experimented with was the thickness. I hung it physically. I learned from Vasil Zakharovich Borodai that it should be hung when testing. I made the samples and hung them there. Then the Minister of Culture and I clipped them and looked which one was better. Thank you. Are you nervous? Yes, of course. I want to see whether it looks like the one I saw in my dreams while designing it. So you even saw it in your dreams? Yes, I live for my work. This coat of arms is one of the oldest arms in Europe. It comes from the 10th century. In fact, there is no such coat of arms with such a history in Europe. If you look at it closely, you'll see it's a family sign. It's not like other European state arms. Here animals and plants are depicted. An eagle, a lion, etc. It's a family sign that our princes used. This is the most distinguished feature of the Ukrainian heraldry that has a 1,000-year-old tradition. Meanings and secrets of the Ukrainian coat of arms were laid a millennium ago, and today I want to ask a professional crest researcher about them. Hello, Mr. Alexei. Hello, Mr. Dmitro. I'd like to ask what is encrypted in the Ukrainian coat of arms. Trident positions the current modern Ukraine as the heiress to the glory of Kyiv and Rus. It was one of the largest countries of the medieval world. It was the state that stretched from the Baltic to the Black Sea, and this was founded by Volodymyr. Here is a brief historical reference. Prince Volodymyr the Great lived and ruled Kyiv and Rus in 10th century. It was when Kyiv and Rus became a state respected by the whole world. By the way, Volodymyr is the same prince who baptized Rus in 988. He put the end of the paganism and the country became a Christian one. We have to understand that we are the descendants of that state. What impressed you most as an expert of heraldry in the history of our Trident? It struck me that from a design, aesthetic and artistic point of view, our coat of arms is one of the best and most amazing state symbols in the world. It's neat, nice and gorgeous. This is the symbol they say in Latin classic about in hoc signo vinces. With this symbol you will win. Actually, this is our winning symbol. Can you tell me what makes the Trident powerful? Why they consider it so powerful and strong? Among the many interpretations of the meaning of a trident, there's one about three essences of the world: earth, fire, water, for example, or three spheres: celestial, terrestrial, and underground. There's more exotic ones. One of the scientists decided to study the name of Volodymyr the Great in baptism. He was baptized as Vasil. Why Vasil? Because it's Basileus in Greek. Basileus means the emperor. He decided to disassemble the trident into segments, and it worked. He got the word Basileus, that when turns into a trident. There's a very exotic things, but they have the right to exist too. We don't know exactly what the man thought in 10th century. There are many interpretations, but there was not any clear definition of a trident. Indeed, trident researchers have many many theories about its meaning. It's a falcon, it's a sign of a freedom, the sign of the Trinity, of the Holy Spirit, or the three worlds. Anyway, we'll never know the truth. But when the invaders began to cut off the arms of our guys with the Trident tattoos and kill for the national flag, the price of these sacred images became incredibly high. You know this better than anyone. You came from the front line for 2 days, and we managed to catch you for this interview. We see your chevron. It's 3rd Assault Brigade, so you are near Bakhmut now. Yes, this is our direction. It is symbolic that the replacement of the Soviet coat of arms with the Ukrainian Trident is happening now during the full-scale war with Russia. But there is many risks associated with this fact. The risks are air raid alarms because during an hour people go down to the shelter. Even in a time of a peace, this process would be extremely difficult, and in wartime constant air raids increase the danger. And it takes at least 15 minutes to get down from the shield to the shelter, so the risks are enormous. If the heavy wind is too strong, what are the risks? The risk is that we won't not be able to keep the structure in the position where it should be lifted. I see you are in a climbing gear. I'm a climber. We provide safe work performance at a height for any constructor. We built the structure so we could send welders there. And we're going to control the lifting of the Trident. Japan is in control of the super complex lifting and fixing of the coat of arms. In fact, this will be done manually. During this time, only the climbers will work on the shield. There won't be any other people there. Before the installation operation begins, I'll go upstairs to the shield to show how the climbers are preparing to the super important process. We have to go up to the height of 91 meters, right? 92 meters. The top of the shield is the height of 92 meters. I have to sign this safety log. What's your name? Dmitry Komarov. I'm signing. Your autograph, please. Like for a mountain climb. Only in the city. In the greatest city. It's your turn now. I say Alexander Dmitriev is getting ready too. Dmitry and the cameraman, let's come in the elevator with me. It's the first elevator. Yes, this is the first one. We're about to go up to the mark of 36.6. 36.6. It's base at the foot. This is the last cone. Beyond this level, the metal structure itself is located. This elevator lifts us up for 3 floors. It's going at the angle. It's not a vertical one. So this elevator doesn't go up vertically, it goes at an angle. It goes along with monolithic base. Now we have to walk up these flight stairs 1 more floor. So we took the first elevator and now we're walking up to the second one. And here we can see the elements of the structure. This is the main metal structure that keeps the entire monument to the Motherland on itself. And nothing happened since 1981. It's very reliable. Next, there's a weaker structure that carries a stainless steel on itself. The steel sheets. Here's the second vertical elevator. It's here. It's a bit smaller. We're not fat, so there's enough room even for 4 of us. Come in and close the door behind you or else the elevator won't go. This door should be closed too. Okay, here we go. The first one, the other one, we closed the elevator and now we're going to the 9th floor. Let's go. If we look at the monument of the Motherland, we'll come to this level of the statue. So we're going inside of the monument, and after reaching the point a little above the breast level, we're gonna walk inside the arm to the shield. That's right. Yes. Well, my friends, we can see the framework of the structure again. It's such a huge and very durable metal structure. You can say this is the skeleton of the monument to the Motherland. There's smaller metal parts of it, and then there's a decor. The decor is represented by these plates. I think the breasts are somewhere here, right? No, the breasts are on the other side. On the other side, I lost the breasts. Look, there's thermometers on every floor. The higher we are, the more it heats up. It's metallic and can be heated up to 52 centigrade inside. It's 34 now. It's okay. We're already at a height of 68 meters now. There is one more floor left. We haven't reached the arm yet. Okay, let's climb. Okay, my friends, it's the arm, as I understand, right? We're here. It's a shoulder, right? We're near the shoulder. You have to be careful now, so that your helmet won't get caught on some protruding metal part. I'll go ahead and you follow me. Okay, careful, without sudden movements. What distance should we cap? About 3 meters. Okay. Turn on your headlamp. Have I turned it on? Yes. Okay, let's move on. We get into the arm of the monument. Here, the angle of the ascent changes. Is the elbow. We start to ascend upright inside the arm. We are now passing the narrowest spot. The diameter of the pipe is 600 millimeters. A bigger guy in his equipment wouldn't get through. It's very narrow. We're almost there. It's hot. We're getting into the wrist. I'm turning around. I have to get out into the wrist. I sit down and move there. Very interesting. We can finally see the light in the end of the tunnel here. Here's the worst part. Yeah, to get out. Sometimes you have to move up and down more than once. These climbing guys do really heroic work. Because of the frequent air raid alarms, they have to go up and down about 10 times a day. And that's despite the fact that there's a real sauna inside of the statue because the metal gets very hot in the sun. We're at the sky deck now. It's located at an altitude of 90 meters, from 89 to 90. I want to show you something interesting, my friends. You can see my fingers and understand where we're standing right now. Where the statue was built in 1981, it became an absolute record holder of the Soviet Union in height. And now it's the top 5 of the tallest sculptures in the world. We're at the level of the shield. It's the height of 91 meters, but I want to take the unique opportunity to rise even higher. Well, I'm making my way there. Okay. Wow. This is the best view of Kyiv. It's incredible. Kyiv pictures Clara, the Piton Bridge. Honestly, I've been high up in the mountains many times, but this is the real extreme. And people here do their work under extreme conditions. Let me shake your hand. You are a hero. You are the hero too. I pass you my handshake. These are Ukrainian industrial climbers. Also, they're the installers and welders. These people are real artists. They make history. Well, my friends, there's a little time left before the installation begins. Here is the last minutes of our shooting before the installation. I feel the shield winging a little with a small amplitude. What is the average amplitude here? While we are working here, it was about 15 centimeters at most each way. The vibrations take place in almost all high buildings and structures. By the way, inside the sword there's a device that extinguishes the vibrations. Tell me, what are you gonna do now? All preparations for the lifting of the Trident are almost completed. We can see the main cable that goes from that green safe pulley down to the Trident. It's basically all set down. There's two things left. We're waiting for the welders to finish preparing the surface of the shield, because there are still some minor issues. The final decision will be based on the wind force. You see, my friends, the event has already been planned. There are reporters, government officials, engineers, designers and construction workers here, but nobody knows there is such thing as a wind. If the wind increases, they will have to reschedule the event. The sculpture of such a scale was made in the Soviet Union for the first time. All the elements were produced at the Paris Commune factory and were secretly transported through the night to Kyiv. All the components were soldered on location. The structure has 3 layers of frame and more than 300 seams. In order to install it, they had to build a special crane 100 meters high. During the construction of the monument, there were also difficult conditions. The workers were in a hurry and worked overtime. By the way, there's an interesting detail. The Soviet government planned to finish this monument in 1980 by May 9, but they didn't make it in time, so they opened it in 1881. They didn't have time to disassemble and take away the huge 100 meters with crane until the official opening. Do you know what the Soviet government did? They just cut this unique crane and threw out the remnants. According to one version, to the Dnipro River. According to the safety rules, there can be a certain weight here. It's very important, so we can't stay here during the installation to prevent a tragedy. If you overload, anything can happen. We see the cabin. We see that the steel plates are removed. The Ukrainian coat of arms will be fixated here. Then the work will continue for a rather long time. They will put a stainless steel here. We see the welders working right now. The work is underway while I continue my investigation. Where did our Trident come from? Volodymyr wanted to take another sign, different from his father's and brother's ones. Volodymyr the Saint father has a Trident. Sviatoslav the Brave had 3 sons, and each of them had his own prince sign. The eldest, Yaropolk, inherited his father's sign. Volodymyr, the middle son, added the 3rd dent to his sign. The youngest son made himself his own sign. It's the usual practice. Their father, Sviatoslav the Brave, passed away, and now they could distinguish between the property and the flags, and those army was common. They could recognize each other. Our Trident was born because Volodymyr survived, and the rest died. That's it. Volodymyr widely reproduced the newly formed symbol. His descendants appreciated the symbol as well. Most of them used the Trident to create their family sign. Well, what is here? This is a family tree. The genealogy of our princes. This is Sviatoslav Igorevich. Yes, the Biden. His son Volodymyr Sviatoslavich, Trident. Then Yaroslav the Wise. The Trident looks completely different. His grandson Volodymyr Monomac, the one who united Rus. You see, at first there were Tridents, then Bidens, and the Tridents again. The Trident remains in many generations. The Trident is everywhere. Just look. The installation of the picture scales continues. We meet the director of the museum complex, Yuri Savchik, at the site. These people who work at the heights under the extremely difficult conditions are doing a great job. Thanks to them, we can hear the magic melody of the angle grinders. I never thought that angle grinders could inspire different moods. When they removed the old coat of arms, the angle grinders were chanting some disturbing story, but now they are performing the symphony of the European Union. Do you hear it? It's a major optimistic sound. It's a great day. All this inspiring and exciting. And this is above all. You know, we have a dove here, behind your back there. Isn't that the best proof? Don't drive her away. She cares about her baby. The little dove, he sits here and she will be right with him or her. We can see it from here. From here, that's right. Will you show us? Sure. The dove of peace seeks to fly high in the sky. This little dove has witnessed such historical events. It has come down. It's looking at you. This is surely a good sign. Since we're already here, it's appropriate to ask. The Soviet coat of arms weighed 300 kilograms, and this one 500, right? This is within the limits of the permissible norm. Prior to this event, many preparations took place, including the profound scientific and technical efforts. All these things were calculated and foreseen. It doesn't mean that we have just to hang the lifting mechanism and start to work with the angle grinder. There's a lot of work left behind. That's the world inside out. We now see it from within. We see how difficult and demanding your work is. Really, it's not just the angle grinder. The technical work comes first. It's important to make accurate calculations and use latest technologies. Yuri, thanks a lot for one of the most unusual interviews I ever made. Both the time and the place are very unusual. So, thank you so much. The air warning sounded. All the workers go inside and the installation is delayed once again. They put off the event again and again because they were getting ready to lift it up right now, and there is an air alert. It's already been reported that these were launches from the Caspian Sea towards the Cherkasy region. Yes. Poltava, Mykolaiv, Kryvyi Rih, Zaporizhia. Of course, the enemy knows what we have today, and one of the reasons for the attacks is to prevent us from doing this. This is the third time today. While due to another air raid alarm, the work is suspended, I continue to find out why the Trident was chosen as the state symbol of Ukraine. After Kyiv and Rus ceased to exist, the Trident was forgotten for about 8 centuries. The Trident is forgotten for a long time until they find some silver coins of Volodymyr the Saint and Svyatopolk accursed at the end of the 18th century. Seeing the inscriptions and strange signs on them, the historians unfold the discussion on the subject. It was 1917, and a golden plow on the worker with a female worker could be our emblem. It could be Michael the Archangel. And for some reason, it was a trident. Nobody knew about it at that time. No more than 0.5% of Ukrainian population knew that a trident was, and this debate could go on forever. But in 1918, we made the trident our coat of arms, given in a new meaning that it was the sign successor of the Kievan Rus, and it's a sign we're fighting for our independence with. I think you said a key thing about the coat of arms, about our trident. They placed the trident on their banknotes and state seals, on the military chevrons, seeing that people understand the trident is the thing that connects them not only to the state of Volodymyr the Saint, but to the present life as well. In 2 years, the trident becomes a national symbol known by everyone. Cool. So 1918, Ukrainian People's Republic. We see a trident. We turn it around to see the reverse side. 2 more tridents. 1,000 hryvnias. Wow, it's interesting. What could you buy for the 1,000 hryvnias in 1918? Probably 50 times more than today. Really? Yes, 2,000. 2,000. We don't have a 2,000 note now. No, we don't. The secret is that money is the most replicated image. There aren't any portraits of these banknotes like today, but they all have the same image of tridents on them, so it's clear that it was one of the most popular images there. Cool, if you want to make something popular, print it on money. In 1918, the trident became a real national symbol. The trident became the object of everyone's passion. This was reflected even on the household level. There's a plate. There were pictures of the trident on the towels and embroideries. It's somewhat different in appearance. The middle part and the bottom are not like the ones we got used to. So, what could it mean? It just shows the creativity. Do you mean a folk art? Yes, I do. Can we get this on camera? About 100 years ago, someone was manually embroidering a trident the way he or she imagined it. The same thing is with the clothes. Here's the children's clothing. There's a handmade trident here too. And where is a coat of arms? Here. You can't notice it at once. The tridents are on the sleeves. It's beautiful. It's very well done. We can see the carpet. By the way, here's the carpet. It's not just the ornament. You can see the tridents along the entire perimeter. How many tridents are there in the world? There are many of them in the world. For the first time, such trident images appeared in Neolithic culture, and this is the 7th, 5th millennium BC. In Indian culture, it's Shiva. We also made images of Shiva with a trident. The god Poseidon also has a trident. He has a trident. Poseidon or Neptune is the same divine nature. What other famous examples can you cite? This is American one. They were in Vietnam, but this is the Neptune trident. There is even a commercial use, the Maserati bicycle car. Maserati has the Neptune trident from the Di Trevi fountain in Rome, but it was only in our culture, in our history, that the trident became the state symbol. Meanwhile, the air alarm is finally over, and everyone is back to work. We hope for a successful final push, and the coat of arms that weighs 500 kilograms will be solemnly lifted up and fixed. It's 8 p.m. We have literally minutes to make it. If we don't do it now, we'll have to reschedule it for tomorrow. Tomorrow it could be windy, and the day after tomorrow it could be raining, so it must be done today. Will we have time? However, the sun begins to set. People are concerned. It's impossible to work in the dark, so the risks are increasing. I'm joining the team. We are going to move the trident in the right direction. 1, 2, 3, carry! That's all, it's done. Great. Stop. The wind is very heavy. Are we in trouble? We don't know what will happen tomorrow. The wind is very strong and the decision is being made. Yes or no? We do a job or cancel it. People are discussing the situation. The risk is 99%. Our odds are only 1% because we believe in it, that we can do it. The wind got up. This makes the rise not just difficult but dangerous. And yet, the team decides to take a risk. They say the 1-minute readiness. There has been the 1-minute readiness for 8 hours. Okay, my friends, everything is simple and clear. Here's the hoist. This is our main engine. These 2 ropes will prevent the structure from turning around in any way. This is very important and critical because it's very windy now. The final preparations are taking place up there. Only 3 climbers can be there now. They will check their fixation, their fastening, and their readiness once again. We can start the lifting only on their command. That is, the climbers are in the charge now. No one can make the decision, neither the manager nor the prime minister or the president. Only the climber gives the command to lift. Let's start. We begin to lift it. Here we go. The hoist is working. They lift on the coat of arms. It's a historical moment. We let go a little, leveling the coat of arms. When it turns one way, the relevant side works and the other way around. It's important to keep it from turning around. We lift it trying to keep it from spinning. Stop the hoist. Guys, take away the safety harness. It's your side. The work begins. It's very tense, challenging, and important process. One little mistake of any of us, and everything could be broken. Every knot, every effort applied to this rope is important. We must work as one living organism. You see, it's about 1 meter to the monument. At the slightest mistake, the structure can hit it and it will be damaged. Take away the safety harness. Will be done. You see, the emblem is already in the air. Come on, come on, come on, come on. A little more. It's a strong wind, and the coat of arms is almost touching the granite of the monument. It's dangerous because the steel is thin, 1.5 millimeters, as you know, and can easily be damaged. They asked to ease it away literally by centimeters. No more than 10 centimeters at a time. Little by little, the wind rises. The danger remains because the lower part of the coat of arms can be damaged. It's a matter of 1 nanometer. It's getting dark and there's a risk we won't make it. And then there's no telling what to do. The wind makes the lifting almost impossible. In this painstaking process, the well-coordinated work of everyone is important, both of the ground and the height. If someone doesn't hold or weaken the rope, it can have dire consequences. There is a danger that with a wind as strong as it's now, the helicopter effect may occur. If we keep going up, it can start spinning, covering a wide area with great force and move these concrete blocks and the hoist. That's why it's very dangerous. Stop, stop! We start at 6 a.m. At 6 a.m. We overheard the conversation. Let's see how they will be fixing it. Unfortunately, we didn't make it today. But this is the living process. We agreed with the contractors that people are staying at this site overnight and will start to work at 6 a.m. So you have decided to stop work for today officially, haven't you? The rise has already been stopped. We're fixing the Trident now. How will you be fixing it? With the tension wires. It will hang on the main cable. It will be in a hanging position, yes. There was not enough time due to the high alarms and strong gusts of wind. We can't risk. No, we can't. To work at night at a height of 92 meters is risky. It's a major project for the entire country. As the climbers say, it's better to descend 100 times than not to descend once. It's better to stop in time if you see that something goes wrong. We haven't been able to install the Trident on the monument so far, but one of its oldest versions has been in the very heart of the capital for almost 1,000 years. It's on the Church of the Sabre on Barrystow. There nobody noticed this side. The historian Alexander Alfaro shows his most important discovery exclusively for us. There is some incomprehensible composition next to it. It reminds some other prince signed Ukraine, a bident they tried to lay out, and next to it, it's a trident. Here it is. Yeah. This is a 12th century building. When this church was built, Moscow didn't exist yet. A marshland was in its place. Flora and fauna, the nature, wildlife, wilderness. Who found it first? Who saw it? I did. You did. You just need to look around. Absolutely. We're just like the people of that time. We like to leave inscriptions about ourselves. Somebody was here, definitely. If somebody in 12th century wrote on the wall of the cathedral, "God help your servant Vasil," is the same of the thinking, somebody was here. What does this find tell you in historical terms? Such finds testify only one thing: Ukraine is the heiress of Kyiv and Rus. I see many young people having a rest here. Shall we try asking them? It will be fun. Good evening.
Glory to Ukraine!
Glory to heroes. Do you know where you are, my friends? Does any of you see anything special?
Well, it's a rather interesting church.
It's a church of the Severan pedestal. Would you like to come and ask?
Come on, let's go!
Since you're an expert here, let's lead them to the interesting discovery, step by step, speaking in riddles. Do you see the pattern on this wall?
Yes.
There's a cross at the top.
Yeah. Yes.
Then there's a double snake.
Yeah.
Is it a square-shaped or a round one?
A square shape.
I'm just checking if you see it.
Yeah.
Whether you solder. Then they go to some abracadabra, look.
Yeah. It's interesting.
What is it?
It's a cross. Almost a cross. Is it a trident?
What?
The upside-down trident.
The upside-down trident.
The very first one there.
The first one on the left.
Well, yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Anya.
Applause to Anya. She got it right. Thank you. Can I have a quick survey? What does the Ukrainian trident mean for you?
Independence. Freedom. Identity. Freedom. Something sweet and emotionally warm. A symbol of unity.
Okay, thank you.
Can I hug you?
These are our great Ukrainians, our youth, the best of the nation. And these are our historians, as Mr. Elforo, who lives for the front line right after the interview.
Thank you!
At dawn, the work of the installation of the Trident starts again. At 5 a.m., everyone is at the site in full readiness. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Good morning. What is the plan for today? It looks like the wind today is not as strong as it was yesterday. Let's try the second stage of the lift. If the wind doesn't get stronger, we'll continue to lift the Trident vertically. Well, my friends, it's a new day, 5:30 a.m. The Trident was in this position all the night long. We hope that today we will succeed. It's 6:23 a.m., the 6th of August. The historical rise of the Ukrainian coat of arms continues. Today we will watch from the public area because we want to shoot the event from all angles. By the way, it's a different view from here. It's impressive. The coat of arms seems to fly and rise to its place. The rise is going very fast and the Trident is at the hip level of the statue now. There is no wind now and it's a chance to have this done perfect. Once having been there at the height, we understand as well what will be happening now. It's a critical moment. The 500 kilos coat of arms will be fixed with very durable hooks. It will be pressed to the surface of the shield and fixed with the straps. And then the welding team will take over right away. Finally, the coat of arms is fixed and we have the opportunity to show it as close as possible. We're about to see what the newly fixed coat of arms looks like at the height. Finally, we see this coat of arms for the first time. It's here. They fixed it reliably. Now the people who did it will raise the Ukrainian flag in honor of this historic event, and we have the privilege of shooting this process. Well, we're on location. It's a solemn moment. The Ukrainian flag is rising. It was very difficult, it was very dangerous, but we did it. Glory to Ukraine! Glory to heroes! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to heroes! It's unbelievable, my friends. It brings you to tears. Glory to Ukraine! It would seem that this was the most solemn moment, the high point. But the Independence Day is more than 2 weeks away. During these days, they have to make the surface on the shield look solid. Of course, we'll show you absolutely everything up to the last welded seam. Today is the 20th of August, and there's one little window left. Is the one of the workers will go out into the cabin through to weld this last panel today. This is a historical welded seam that will complete the work with a shield. The shield will be completed today. We're lucky today. As you see, there's no wind. If there was windy, we'd be rocking right left. There were times when we knew it was just impossible. What was the amplitude of swing? Up to half a meter. Half a meter, just imagine the hand in cabin swings back and forth. They're preparing to install the last stainless plate. We're doing the Thailand at low cost anywhere. The most important welding work at the height starts. Alexander, let me take your camera. Alexander Dmitriev is the only cameraman in the world who can shoot such things. You look down and think, wow, well done, good boy, way to go. What do you feel now? This is such a historical event. Let the entire Ukraine be proud of our Trident. What about you? I'm very pleased with this opportunity and grateful to my fate that I'm honored to do such a job. These are very strong feelings. The aperture closes and we stay in the cabin. Here we go. Hold it, hold it. Hold it. How do we get out? We inspect the Trident for the last time. We're going down. We're about to inspect seams. And here the Trident appears. It's extraordinary. A real pride, a real beauty. It's very, very cool. I'm going up. Thank you. Thank you. There's only one way now, up the rope ladder. Just no sudden movements, smoothly and gently. I've never done this before. No, not the cable. Can I hold on to that one? This one is the right, yes. It's swinging. Here I climbed a little. Come on now, the foot. Okay. Next is the matter of technique. Everything is all right now. It's good. Do you know what I feel? I feel proud for this team that did all this. Now the work is completed. They have to disassemble and inspect the coat of arms from all sides, again including its appearance before the grand opening. Also, they have to check it in terms of safety and quality. To do this, the climbers invited us for the scheduled inspection of the head of the statue. We're going to a place where there haven't been any shooting ever. We're at the mark of 72 meters now. This pipe in the center of her forehead is the passage into her head. There's a central hatch in the head of the movement. When the hatch opens, the tower crane rises. They used to hang a crane arm on it and hook in a cradle on. Using this cradle, they carried out the maintenance of the shield in Soviet times. Let's imagine the crane emerges from its head and starts going around. Yes. Then we can wash or repair it and so on. Yes. Get ready to one more exclusive, my friends. These are unique shots that anyone haven't shown yet. I myself haven't seen nothing like that. Me either. Okay, we're coming in. We get into the Motherland's head. Let's go. It's very interesting. Get ready to see what is in the head of the tallest woman of Ukraine. We're inside the head now. It's quite an extreme. This is that crane, yes? Yes. Here, the crane erection began. Some lifting mechanism. There are cables, rollers. Here is the big hatch. After removing its cover, the crane arm rose. And this is the inspection hatch. Holy cow. This inspection hatch is at the back of the head. The eyes look there. The eyes are there. Yes, on the knee probe. And we're about to go out. Directly on the head. Wow. I go out. Wow. Well, my friends, we can say the grand project has come to the end, and we saw it. A few years ago, no one believed it was possible, but now we can see the monument with a sword and a shield were our very familiar, dear, and close to every one of us, the Ukrainians. Coat of arms is shining. In the next episode, unfortunately, today's World Inside Out is like this. The new Ukrainian reality. How to live in the most mine-infested country in the world. I'll tell you how the true professionals and fearless amateurs clean our fields. It seems there's a tractor far away. We take a closer look. There isn't a driver inside. Guys grew older, but their toys remain the same. God forbid to touch it. It's a detonator. Is the radius tens of meters? It's about 20-25 meters. How many times the miner makes a mistake? 2. The second one is the last, and the first one is when the chooser is a carrier. It's scary. 1, 2, 3, bang! And we will show the details of top secret tests at a place that can't be called. Get ready? Oh, detonation, let's run to see what's out there. We're rolled inside out with Dmytro Komarov, Ukraine.